I know you're on Reddit, and maybe as much as me. You saw that cop perhaps talk on the radio or phone about the girl who got ran over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Taylor, for your benefit and
Yes.
listeners, woman, she's actually 23, and a cop was going 40 in the city or 60 miles an hour in the city, something like that, and he ran over and killed her. And then this is a different policeman doing the talking. The guy that ran her over and killed her, obviously, making mistakes, fucking up, but he was distraught. He gave her CPR until the medical professionals came and said that, you can stop now. This isn't going anywhere. And so while he fucked up, he wasn't evil. This guy that we're watching was just laughing about it. Like, so fucking, she's done now. City will write a check.
Is dead. Ah!
Yeah.
Oh, man.
City will cut a check for 11 grand. No big deal. She was 26,
right? Depreciating asset.
So yeah, like she had low value anyway. The whole thing,
low value asset or something.
But she is dead. Yeah, just write a check. $11,000. She was 26 anyway. She had limited value.
Is it Andrew Tate? Someone says women end at 25. Maybe it's me. But
maybe it's me. When you can't keep track of your own horse shit on the show.
What do you say? You say rotten, I believe, Woody. I think that's what you
that's not ringing a bell. No. I'm not evil like this guy.
That does ring a bell now.
Yeah, so maybe the guy's a fan of the show. But anyway, he said that because she was 26, she had no value. She was really 23, but that's what he said. And the internet's going wild about it. Oh, also, this guy was like a man in a position of authority. I think he was like the union representative for some police force. Like, he was voted into his position. The other guy, he represents.
How did the accident happen? Like, she walked out in the road, or he was carelessly just flying?
He was flying with no siren or lights and ran her down. I think it was at a crosswalk, but I'm not sure about that part.
Yeah. Okay. But this guy was basically like being informed about it, and his body cam's on, and he's having a big laugh about the whole thing. And
well, that's not a good response to that.
Not a good look at all.
Yeah.
So it's a genuine. The thing about it is, and we're guilty of this all the time. Like, sometimes it's just you're trying to be silly, or trying to be zany or funny, or just be awful on purpose, because that's funny in its own way.
Yeah, it is funny.
But this guy, he was just having a private conversation with his buddy. Like, he didn't know that anybody was listening. He wasn't trying to make us laugh, which is my excuse for most of the awful things I say. I just want you to laugh. I really do.
I've never said anything awful. I can't relate.
I mean, you know how it is. But Jesus fucking Christ, that guy seems to be genuinely an evil guy in private, which is what I like to feel like. I'm a real good guy in private. Like. This guy's private him is a piece of shit. Like, he's the kind of guy who laughs about innocent women dying for no reason, which is
so. Is he getting in trouble outside? Like, is he going to get in trouble outside of the internet roasting him, or is it going to be like, yeah, you're an insensitive shithead, but you weren't driving, and so we're going to give it to the other cop? Well, either way, they should probably fucking get rid of the psycho who behaves that way. Like, if you behave that way as a cop, you got to go. You can't let that person hang out.
No,
or they shouldn't. No, fuck no.
I don't know how you're gonna fire him. I don't know how that video got released as well. I think that's very pertinent. If you're the cop, if that's your standpoint, and you're the union who represents the cop, and you're the lawyer who represents the union, how did this video of my client having a private conversation get onto the internet? I want to start there.
I'm curious about that. I don't feel like it's a private video. He's at
You'll
work
pay him to not work that job way more than he already was. He'd love for you to take that job.
Might be a good value.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know that I want him to be a cop. It might be
I know I wouldn't want him to be a cop. Yeah. That's you shouldn't. You can't be behaving that way.
You haven't even seen his arrest record. What if he was literally the best cop you'd ever heard of? What if he was so goddamn good? Purple Hearts. 7 silver stars
about his
8 golden donuts. Okay,
8 golden.
He was the.
I didn't make that up. I read it. I don't know if it's true, but
Dare Fine.
I would have to know the average number of complaints for a cop in that area.
18 seems like a lot. How many times have you complained about the police?
I've never submitted a cop complaint.
Me too. Kyle, are you also at 0?
I'm at 0. Yeah.
Yeah,
and you would have done like Okay, can you file like an FBI complaint? Like, hey, these guys didn't even find all the shit they were looking for, idiots.
that was more just like embarrassing at the time because like what it was when they were looking for explosives, they like got all my guns in one area and like put them in a pile basically. And I think it was mostly for a safety thing. It's like, let's get the guns in one room because y'all know how I had guns. They were everywhere. And somebody must have said, let's get all the guns in one room for safety purposes. All the guns.
Dude, you have no idea. They're just sitting there on a bipod pointed towards the door.
Like, it was Christmas. It was under the Christmas tree. Yeah, and also it was that rifle's particularly hard to store away. You know, it's a big boy.
So you just keep it on the living room carpet.
Yeah, because you know, I was like, man, it wouldn't
just give every DoorDash guy
down
a scare.
that hallway. It won't matter with old Betsy here. It was a 50 cal.
It was a 50 cal.
It literally was
on a bipod pointed at the door.
Yeah. Like down my lawn, you know. But in reality, it was under the Christmas tree for I think some like social media pictures, and it just stayed there because it just stayed there. Why move it? Why move it? Why not leave it right there? That's good storage. Anyway, they went to put everything in one room. And I asked when I got there because I was out here in Atlanta at the time. I was hours away. And I was like, so all the guns are here? And I'm looking around. I'm like, some guns are missing. Now I'm worried that they've like, someone stole a gun? Like, did one of y'all steal one of my goddamn guns? Because you're saying this is all my guns and it's not. But they were just still littered about the house, like between two pairs of jeans in one case. You know, just in drawers, in my underwear drawer, all over the place. But they didn't take any guns that day. They were just kind of haphazardly clearing rooms, I guess, looking for explosives. They took all my tannerite. I never got that tannerite back.
That sucks.
They were never going to give it back, right?
Probably not.
I do the same thing where not with rock climbing, but just random content that I'll be like, I could never get enough of this. And then like 2 months later, it's like, oh, I haven't watched that guy do survival stuff for primitive technology in forever, which I need to jot that down. I need to check his channel after the show tonight. I can't believe you don't like that shit, Kyle. It's
don't like it.
Fun.
Don't like it. It doesn't do it for me. You know, I like something a little more pulse pounding. You know, I like to see. Look, everyone shouldn't be alive at the end of the video. Is all I'm saying. You know, or
he's the only guy in it.
See, that's worse. I like a little group play. You know, I really enjoy my police videos. I like fails. You know, I know that's kind of generic, but like just go to Fail Army, watch.
Dude,
I can
you
watch
went
20
through
minutes
the
of that
biggest.
shit.
You used to be all about Fail Army back in the day.
Love that shit. Love it.
Is it still good?
Yeah, people are still fucking up, and look, there's more cameras. Look, every day another camera. Like they're giving kids cell phones younger and younger. So the more cameras, more lenses there are out there, the more nonsense you're catching people doing. So yeah, it's amazing. Also,
I like when they're like when they're like measured out fail compilations of. I haven't seen nearly as many as you, but I like when like they don't go too extreme. Like when there's like if you want an extreme one, watch the extreme one. But then the lighter hearted ones where it's like that guy fell into a pool and didn't shatter his leg. That guy tripped and like made a doofus of himself and it wasn't bad. Whereas like I don't want to see like sprinkled in someone clearly dying.
No blood, no death, no traumatic injuries. I like to see people busting their ass on the ice, going down the steps and farting when they do it. Or I like to see like Granny gets on the scooter and she doesn't know how to ride it, so it drags her off through the yard and the dogs chase after. I don't want to see, anybody get hurt. Funny shit.
Yeah.
Funny shit. But with the police activity channel, that's when I'm looking for not everybody to make it to the end of the video, right? Because then it's just it's gunfights. It's fucking gunfights. It's showdown at the OK Corral, 8 videos a day, every goddamn day, And
does it make you think you would be a good cop when you're watching?
It makes me think that it's such a hard job. It's such a fucking hard job. And sometimes you're with the cops on the cops side, and sometimes you're on the other guy's side, and sometimes everybody seems to be in the wrong. You're like, you're a piece of shit, and you're an officer. You're handling this poorly. Like y'all need to de-escalate.